the GladrapChannel. You're with Shaye, Brock, the champ. How are you doing, Shaye?
Nah, doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. This is the first time I'm here at Boxing Central. So this is your hood. This is where you.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, if we put it like that.
Yeah. So I just saw you wrap up a session.
Yeah.
You know, are you working this week? Like, have you taken some time off? You know, for the fight or?
Oh yeah, I've gotta, still gotta get money in there, man. Still gotta do the money. Can't just. Yeah, nah, I'm working this week.
So you work till like Friday? Like, I mean, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
You don't take one day off just to, you know, sort of.
Oh yeah, I'll take like, Thursday off because it's weighing and all that. I just want to relax, but or I just do light duties. I mean, I'm not on that like Joe Parker money, man.
Yeah. Okay, man. So how is training been? How's preparation been for this fight against Bowyn Morgan?
It's been tough, eh? It's been tough, man. It's been hard, but it's good because like it's literally all just fallen into place. Like last week was like perfect timing. It's good. I'm feeling good. Need to, I guess, recover. The last few days I've just been recovering from like just such a hard camp, and I'm feeling good now.
That's what I mean. Like, do you take this week sort of off? Like what I mean in terms of training. Like, do you give your body a period just to cool down?
Yeah. So rather than going like 100% intensity, you probably take it down to 70-60% type of training. Like today, it didn't do much. I mean, it didn't do much today, but yeah.
Sort of just cooling down. You know what I mean? Just letting the body heal. Yeah, exactly. Tapering down. So, has there been a lot of talk about this fight? Do a lot of people tell you, talk about this? Like, has there been a lot of hype? Has there been a lot of support? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, because like everybody's Facebook feed is different. It's been all over mine. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, and I get like people asking me constantly, what's your plans, or you should do this and that and whatnot, and I'm just like, you know what, I know what I've got to do. I got my game plan locked down, so I take on the good, and then just everything else just goes through one ear and out the other. It's kind of hard to, with all the hype and all that, with any fight, it's gotta, I don't know, just ride it.
So do people give you advice and like what you should do and what's his weaknesses? Like they're all trying to be helpful, are they?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think the majority of them are. I've had actually a lot of I've had a lot of negative feedback and positive feedback, depending on who it is. But like I said, I take on board what I need to take on board and disregard everything else.
Is the only person you sort of listen to is Henry Schulzler at the end of the day? Your trainer?
Yeah, in terms of like fight advice and strategies and all that, it's just me and my team, keep it tight. I think the majority of like the boxing world know how this fight's gonna turn out anyway, so I think everybody's got this preconceived idea of what the fight's gonna look like. I just hope that I'm the one getting my hand raised at the end of all this. Yeah.
So now Bowyn Morgan and you are both national champions.
Yeah. I'm
sure you guys are aware of each other, but do you know each other like personally?
Oh no, he's in Christchurch. I'm in,
You're from Brisbane, right?
Yeah. So like, geographically, that's been probably like another like barrier as to why we haven't been able to make, why this fight's a little bit harder to make, because we don't just live down the road from each other. Like there's a lot to take in consideration to make this fight happen. And so like to answer your question, no, I don't know him that well personally. I mean, we fought once as amateurs, and he seems like a good guy. He seems like a good chap, but when there's business to be done, it's you know what it is.
Talking about the business, there's a lot of stake happening. So, you're putting your belt on the line.
Yeah.
It's the NZPBA Super Welterweight title.
Yeah.
And he's putting the IBO Oceania is that right? The Oceania Welterweight, yes. belt on the line. So there's a lot at stake.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me, how does that feel, man? Like, this is to determine who's the best, right?
Yeah, well, this, like I was talking about before, this is the stuff that I disregard in terms of, you know, it's just a distraction of feeling like like it has no substance to it as it sits. It's like what it's worth, whatever, you know. It doesn't matter if it was worth, you know, 10 cents or if it's worth $1 million. All it is, you know, the result's going to be the same regardless as to, you know, what your perception is in terms of what the fighter say. That's probably like the most frequently asked thing, or thing I get hit with the most is, you know, oh, how does it feel? You know, you're coming up against this and that, and you're putting this on the line, whatever. It's like, you know, this is what it is, man. I'm, you know, I just get in there and fight, do my thing, and try my best.
You know, that spoke like a true champion.
Is it?
Yeah, man. Like, you know, you don't care about the belts. It's almost like you're just here to get the win.
Oh, you know, belts are nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's a good reminder as to, you know, what's been achieved. And yeah, but yeah,
so,
at the end of the day.
So, you know, you're the super welterweight. He's the welterweight champ. What are you fighting at? Are you fighting at welterweight or
super welter?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So he's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going down that low. Oh, it's not that bad. I mean, it's only like, I don't know, 3 kilo difference, but
you're more polished. You're more, you know, you're more certified at this weight class, right? So he's sort of making the jump.
I guess so. I think so. Yeah. I don't know him that well to be, you know, commenting on all that stuff. I mean, like he's fought a lot of fights at super welterweight as well, but I think yeah, he is comfortable at welterweight.
Talk to me about Bowyn Morgan's style. How do you assess him?
He's strong. That he likes to come forward. Just, you know, just in your face, pressure fighter. Yeah.
Do you see the fight going the distance?
Nah, I don't know.
You don't?
I don't. I guess, you know, well, you know, going into the fight, I don't think it would. But I think, you know, maybe as we get comfortable with each other, you know, we start to read each other, you know, maybe it could go to distance, but like personally, nah, I don't see it going to distance. Whether it's me that goes down or him that goes down, you know, that's what the fans love, isn't it?
Is it because you're both heavy-handed fighters?
Yeah, yes, so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think he's gonna sort of be maybe the toughest opponent you've ever faced in your professional career?
Yeah, I'd have to give him that respect. I mean, I think I'd have to give him that respect. I guess there's, you know, styles make fights, and I guess, yeah, okay, I know. We have to see. I think so, but like going into it, I think so, but then again, you never know until the bell goes how good somebody really is.
Shaye, but you know, belts aside, this is almost to determine who's the best in New Zealand, right? I mean, this is a fight that, you know, we don't get many good fights in New Zealand like on this level.
Yeah.
Do you see it as the best? Like this determines who is?
Nah, definitely. And yeah, you're right. I mean, a lot of people don't want to put their money on the line and go and fight, you know, the top guys. I mean, you see people like Mosia Matangi. I mean, that guy only fights the top fighters. I mean, geez, anybody who's anybody in his weight division, he's probably fought them. You know, and like, you know, I take my hat off to guys like that. And even Gunnar Jackson, he's fought everybody. And yeah, well, I don't know. What's the point of being in there if you ain't gonna test yourself? Is what I say. Yeah.
So you seem excited by the challenge of facing the best. You know,
absolutely.
Does it motivate you? Like, was it easy for you to get into this training camp? Just knowing?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's one of the yeah. That's a good point. Like this training camp, I've been sort of like the most switched on. Like every training that I come in, you know, I'm switched on. I'm in the gym. I'm excited. I want to train. Even though some days I come in and I'm like effed from the last one, but you know, I still have to get it done. And yeah, that's the motivation. It's like, bro, this guy's probably doing this plus more, so you got to do a little extra if you wanted to show him the fight, man.
Yeah, this fight deserves like a 24/7. You know what I mean? Like one of those HBO specials, man.
Well, yeah, I am. I'm glad we're.
Yeah, I should have made a special one, but you know I was covering the Jeff Horn fight.
Bloody Jeff.
Yeah, I know.
Damn it, Jeff.
Yeah. How'd you see that fight?
Did I watch it? I did watch it. Yeah, no. Yeah, I watched it, but I was sort of like preoccupied. You know, I'm a father, so I was switching in between like the TV and the kids. And I thought he like started off well, but I mean, you know, what's his name?
Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford. Yeah, he's had a mind blank for a moment. Yeah, no, he's just a class act. I mean, makes anybody look. I mean, you know, not as good as him.
It's levels, right? You know,
Yeah.
you get to see levels.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, not taking anything away from Jeff Horn, man. He's I reckon he's the man, but
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, there's levels to this.
Yeah, and plus he put Australia on the world stage,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
At the MGM Grand Arena.
Yes.
So, you know, your last fight, it was, you know, the first loss in your professional career.
Yeah.
And that was against Dwight Ritchie.
Yeah.
Sort of, has that motivated you as well? Like have you learned from the loss?
Yeah, I definitely learned from it. I mean, sucks losing, I guess, and without dwelling on that too much, I mean, take away all the positives that happened in the fight, all the negatives, and then, you know, just turn it into something positive, and then, yeah, just take away everything you can, pack it up, get on with the job, you know, on to the next one.
You know, as you said, many people are, you know, giving you advice. But did you watch the last, you know, I mean, Bowyn Morgan's last loss? I mean, his first loss with Chris George. Like, did you see that? Did you study that?
I did see it because yeah, I was watching the Parker fight at the time, and I can't remember it, to be honest. It was like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
But like, I remember being quite surprised actually. Obviously, I was going for Bowyn because he's the Kiwi. And yeah, I was quite surprised, but I can't really remember what happened like too well. So
see, what happened was like he was winning. Like I think he had got Chris George on the ground a couple times.
Yeah.
And then suddenly something happened. He got caught with a jab, and then his feet went jelly.
Yeah.
And then after that, Chris George just dominated. You know.
Okay.
So it was a complete shock just to watch.
Yeah.
But it almost maybe showed some weaknesses in his fight game. Like he sort of didn't know how to handle it. Maybe, you know, just being in that position.
Yeah, like I said, it was a long time ago, so he could have learned from it. I don't want to like bank on, you know, oh, you know what, he's chinny or whatever, and then try jab him and he walks straight through my jab. You know what I mean? Like I can't bank on that. So.
But would you watch it in the lead up? Like, would you study it, or would you just sort of concentrate on your own and?
Yeah, personally, I'm not one to kind of
study tape
too much. I think it's my ADHD. I don't like sitting down too long and watching like fights that ain't live. But like, you know, I think I've got enough information from, you know, what I've seen of him already. I mean, like I've known of him since like the amateur days, like way long time ago. So like I've sort of like observed him coming up, and you know, yeah.
You know, the fight with Bowyn was supposed to happen early on in the year, but it got cancelled because of the hand injury.
Yeah.
How's the hand doing now? Is it okay?
It's like way better.
Way better.
Yeah, way better.
Okay, you mean strong? It's gotten stronger. Or?
It's like, yeah, man, they make me sound like Mike Tyson, like my back is broken or something. It's just, I don't know what happened to it, man. It was like, or just like any impact on it, it just hurt. It was like sending shocks up my hand and all that. That happened, when did that happen? It happened a long time ago. I took a cortisone shot. That's how I got through my last 2 fights last year.
Is that right?
Yeah. So like it was sweet. And then after that last fight that I had, like I didn't feel it through the fight, but after the fight it had just swollen up, and I was like, oh man, I better go see someone about this. And so yeah, then got a cortisone shot. No, I didn't get a cortisone shot this time. I went to go see a specialist, and then yeah, they done what they, you know, put me in a splint and all that, and gave me all these things to do, and it was coming right. It was, and I got told that, you know, by this date we'll assess where it's at, and I think because I was just impatient, I kept on like trying to, you know, like it was supposed to be ready by like March, but I was already like trying to punch by February, because that's when we called it off about like 6 weeks out, because I didn't want to, you know, do those last minute ones and be like, oh hey, I'm pulling out now because my hand's still stuff, you know, try, you know, be a good GC about it. But I think by the time, like it had healed itself by the time the fight would have rolled around, but I was still weak because I had like hadn't done much to it, so like even like gripping it'll get real fatigued, and yeah, but it's all good now, so yeah, let's not talk about it, because it's all good.
So now, you know, massive card. I think Junior Fowler's on the undercard.
Nah, he's the main fight.
Oh, is he the main fight? I thought you guys were the main fight. You guys deserve to be the main event.
Oh yeah, thanks, but nah, we ain't.
Okay, and you know, Shane Cameron is promoting the event.
Yep.
You're going to be fighting on Sky TV.
Yep.
Does that excite you as well? Like, do you get butterflies? Do you like fighting on television?
Someone does pressure on me though. Jeez.
No, I mean, listen. Yeah, you fought on Sky TV before. You commentated on GladrapChannel.
Yeah.
You've done this. You've been on, you know.
Yeah. I've been on the big stage. I've been on like Gladrap shows and everything. So. It is exciting, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where it is. I mean, we're still going to be in a ring doing our thing. I guess, you know, once you step in the ring, everything else seems to like be non-existent. That would usually, you know, I guess, get on your nerves. It's fine.
Do you change into something when you're in the ring? Like, you know, when you actually...
I think the worst part I find before leading up to a fight, or part of a fight, is the day of the fight, or leading up to the fight in the change rooms. I hate that, man. I get so like I don't know. I get annoyed, like all the anticipation and all that, and because like we're like later down the card, it makes it even worse, because you know, you hear everybody coming back, oh yeah, I won, whatever, slapping hands with their team. It's like, man, hurry up, I just want to go. Yeah.
So the waiting, do you feel the butterflies, or is it just the...
It's just the anticipation of getting in there, you know, you just want to get in there, do the mahi, and then get out.
So what do you and Henry do when you're waiting? Just hit the pads, or do you just sort of like to zone out?
Yeah, bit of that, hitting the pads, you know, moving around, warming up, just general warm-up stuff. Go through a bit of strategy. I think every fighter's pretty much, just generic stuff, I guess.
What does it mean getting these 2 belts, man? Like, if you win his belt and you have your belt, does that mean there's massive opportunities waiting for you around the corner? Like,
I guess so, eh? I don't know. I haven't really thought beyond it, because I just want to focus on, I don't want to be getting too ahead of myself. I want to be focusing on what's in front of me. But yeah, well, apparently doors open when you start knocking, and this is a big door to be knocking on. So yeah, let's hope it all comes through.
Listen, I'm happy it's televised on Sky TV. You know, it's getting the justice it needs. This is a massive fight, and you know, New Zealand boxing thanks you. I mean, this is exciting. You know, it's as good as it gets, really, to see 2 of the best. And you got a message to say to the people out there that are supporting you and giving you advice. Maybe tell them to stop, or
keep up the support. I appreciate it. It's hard, man. Like, I'm not saying like my road's harder than any other boxer. It's just that, you know, if you're a boxer, you know how hard it is. And then, you know, with the family issues, man, it makes it even harder. And then that's why I appreciate guys like Gunnar Jackson. Hey, he's got a hard job, man, and then he's still, you know, he's still competitive at, you know, a high level in boxing. Man, working in boxing is hard. So any sponsors out there that want to sponsor me, help me out, sponsor a child. It is what it is.
Listen, since you mentioned Gunnar, you know, you both have fought him.
Yeah.
He's fought on him twice. And I think you fought him. Was this on televised as well?
Yeah.
Does that mean anything? Like, you know, that he's won him twice and you've had a draw. Can you compare fights like that? I mean, because I know you've beaten opponents that he's fought in, and you've beaten them much quicker. Do you do that, or?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, styles make fights. Like, the way they're gonna fought him may be different to the way he fought me, especially, you know, like experienced guys like that, you know, he might have taken a different route, you know, open up a different book to fight Bowyn and a different one to fight me, and then Bowyn and I are gonna, you know, be taking out different textbooks to fight each other, so it's hard to tell, but I guess it'll probably be out of all the opponents we fought, it's probably like the better gauge, but
do you think it's going to be similar to the Ray Musson fight? You know how he kept coming forward the whole night?
I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, like, you know, no disrespect to Ray, he's a great fighter, you know, he's a good fighter, but I think I'll really have my hands full on Friday night. You know, but I'm prepared for it. What we do, what we work for. Hey.
That's exactly right. All right, Shaye, thanks for taking the time.
All good.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to. And one more question: the hair. What's happening with that? Just on behalf of Isaac, are you gonna chop it off, or are you gonna go like this fight night?
Bro, he's got a problem, man.
I know.
He wants to come and talk to me about this in person. Nah, I love my hair. Look at it. It's beautiful.
It's not going to be a distraction at all? It's not.
Nah, I'll get it like plaited and stuff. Hopefully it stays in. Yeah. Nah, I'll be fine.
Fantastic, man. Anyway, wishing you all the best, man. Go and get this, man.
Yeah, nah, thanks.
All the best.